Oh my god. Jesus Christ, those Zeppelins were expensive. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Rise of Industry with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our little industrial empire, where we have started to make more and more money on the balance sheet. With all the products that we have rolled out and all the inefficiencies that we have started to iron out, we've really been able to improve the cash flow a bit, I have to say, and well, overall, I am very hopeful that we can continue this very trend and keep pushing to make more and more money and, you know, do something cool with it. We need to see what we want to do exactly. I'm still not that determined on it. I am somewhat really tempted to try and take over Waterworth, one of our competitors, which is currently valued at 41 million. So that would be quite the investment, and we would need at least a good bit of a share of our own capital for that. We do, of course, have some level of potential in terms of loans, but you can see right here, we do still have a settlement loan to pay off of 9 mil, and, you know, while we would be able to take out another mil of up to about, well, actually 20 million right here, we would also need to be able to somewhat cover that. We would have to, or we would want to, probably repay the settlement loan from Thornstetten as well, and then we want to kind of somehow make sure to have some money left over as a little bit of buffer should the entire economy that's behind Waterworth end up costing us a lot of money and not even be all that profitable. Or you never know when you take over one of these companies, right? So I'm really tempted, but we need to see. For the time being, I think the plan is to continue a bit on our optimizations, because we do have some inefficiencies up here with Warehouse 4 already, because that delivers directly to the farmer's market instead of to this warehouse down here, which, if you watched the last episode, you will know that that is wildly inefficient, because you do kind of technically want to handle longer routes between warehouses first. If you haven't watched that, for the full explanation, make sure to hop back to the last video, which is where we've gone through a bit the logistics costs of the different options of like trucks and trains and Zeppelins and all. Quite useful, quite interesting, I have to say. And we're going to just try and improve our business based on all that. Some more today, but before we get started on that, if you're new around here, if you do happen to enjoy this very episode, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button and the subscribe button right down below. That would mean the absolute world to me. We're currently very much headed for 1,000 subscribers, and well, it's going to be a long journey, but every single person just truly helps out a ton, and well, doesn't cost a dime. So if you are interested, if you're enjoying the episode, please make sure to smash that button, and it would really mean a ton to me. So thank you so much if you did that. And without further ado, let's first things first, maybe go to just triple speed to just try and earn some money on the side while we are doing all these things. You know, it's one of the things that I always get told on stream as well. We are too much in like a pause mode, honestly. It's a similar thing that I've got going for City Skylines a lot of times, and you know, most of the times it's quite a valid point, because honestly, we could just be making so much money while designing all these things, and at the same time, you know, just get ever closer to our goal of taking these lads over. And in the meanwhile, we can take care of other things, and if we do get to actually design some like whole entire logistic chains or something where we do actually need to make sure to stay on top that everything's actually working and rolling, then we can totally take that on at a later point. Interesting one here. We made 2 mil last month. I would say that is quite insane. 2.4 mil in sales and 1.5 mil in contracts on top of that. I love that. We need more of those dank contracts. I really like those. Otherwise now, you know, we're technically losing money, but we'll do some sales at some point, you would hope, and then that will hopefully look a little better. That said, let us go and look at optimizing our logistics chains here a bit. Specifically, I would like to go and fix this part right here. You can see that we're sending excess to the farmer's market, and well, all the mutton basically to the farmer's market right here. And that doesn't make any sense, because we do have Warehouse 5 down here, which is actually in reach of both. Does have auto outgoing zones assigned, I would hope. See, here's the blueberries, and here's the mutton. And, well, the thing is that a truck that's going to the warehouse directly is just going to be able to carry more. So, per unit, it's going to be cheaper if we just send it to Warehouse 5, and the Warehouse 5 sells it out for us. So that's what we're going to be doing. No. Ooh, stop. I just want to change the destination, please. How do you just change it? Oh, there we go. So, this one we changed to Warehouse 5. That one we changed to Warehouse 5 as well. And that is pretty much that. That's the inefficiency out of the way, you would hope. Actually, not fully. We're sending the dolls directly to the toy store as well, which makes no sense in the world either. So we're going to do the same thing for these. Send them to the warehouse. We do have to make sure that we do have an auto logistics zone. It should be, because it's in range. But I just like to double check. I'm always a bit worried and paranoid with these kind of things. So we are going to go and make sure to check that that is actually fine. 776k made last month, so that's beautiful, and beautifully on track to make good amounts of money this month too. But what you do have to keep in mind is that the stock value of Waterworth is also growing, albeit I feel it is really not growing fast enough in comparison to our total balance. So I do have some level of hope here. And this one is an interesting one. This one is really an interesting one. Because if our truck speed is increased, does that mean that we save logistics cost? Or does it just mean that the trucks get there faster? Because as far as I know, the logistics cost is usually per tile. And not per amount of time taken by the truck. But I think it makes sense to check this part in the wiki. So give me a quick second. I'll put a cut here, same deal as last time, and I'll make sure to actually double check for us so we can make an educated decision on that. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back, and the conclusion I think is that I've got absolutely no idea in the world what the deal is with this. So I think, in the interest of science, we're just going to try it out, and we're going to see if our vehicle upkeep actually falls or doesn't. At the end of the day, you know, it's money spent that we could be saving for taking over Waterworth. But, on the other hand side, if it ends up saving us a lot of money in vehicle upkeep, it's going to be insanely great. If it doesn't, at least it means that we fulfill contracts a little better. Maybe, you know, the situation on the streets is a little more relaxed. So, you know, that's that. And, you know, 200k isn't that crazy much. Now, we have to see, I guess, if the AI are going to go and bid against us, but I would at least like to try. So we're going to give it a try, we're going to see, and, you know, we do know our general overall vehicle upkeep. Of course, we're making some changes now to the efficiency, which is not really helpful in determining just what the effect is going to be here at the end of the day, but you know, I don't estimate that we're going to go from like 600 to 300k or something, which, if the truck speed is increased by nearly 50%, and that does actually have an effect, that was easy. I guess our truck speeds are increased. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, if it does actually have an effect on cost that our trucks are faster, I would assume that we easily, quickly just save like half the vehicle upkeep or something, so I suspect that the effect would have to be quite significant and more significant than our usual adjustments that we're making. And, well, let's see. For this month, it was quite harsh still. But we will look at a full month first, and then we'll see. At the very least, now we did only pay 200k, so that's something, I suppose. And now we've got a contract auction. And that is one that we kind of really want to win. And we've got a year to fulfill it, but it's gonna be a lot of paper roll. 52 units within a year's time. How much are we currently really making? That's actually something we need to make sure here that we're making enough, because that's a lot. We're making 4 every 15 days times 3, so we're at 12 every year. Yeah, we could easily fill that. Where is Kochsfeld again? Oh, here. It's not even that far, is it? Okay, we definitely want that contract. We're so, like, 100% going to try and get that one. That's going to make us a ton of money. And we can always use a ton of money because we've got big plans right here. So, you know, got to take every opportunity that we can get here. Give it to me, AI. Don't even think of interfering. Come on. Come on. well, we've been at 0 days for quite a while now, but there we go. We won. It is beautiful. It is awesome. So, we're going to go define Warehouse 7 as another destination now. Yes, Warehouse 7 has another destination. The question is, do we still keep going to Warehouse 6 with the paper rolls? Or do we not? I mean, technically 52 units if we're making... I think we're going to start like this, and we're going to see just how quickly time runs. We need to keep an eye on the contract, but I think we're just going to start by adding it as a separate destination. And then, you know, worst case, if it doesn't go fast enough, we can always just divert everything to down there. But we will go get that stuff delivered, that is, if I find it. Paper rolls. And all the way up here, we will choose Warehouse 7 as our destination. Now, this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, because we cannot oversend, right? We have to make sure... I mean, if I do the max... No, I mean, that's not really going to do much of anything, is it? Because the second that warehouse empties out, that's going to get botched again. So we do really need to pay close attention to what we have up here and adjust the max send quite quickly, or just make sure that the last ones we don't send to Warehouse 7 directly, or, well, that we don't send the last ones to Warehouse 7, but that we do actually send it to Kochsfeld directly, so that we don't oversend a single roll, because otherwise it's going to be a bit complicated, I guess, because we have to get it back from Warehouse 7 to here, and then that's going to get moved after, and it's going to be all messy and annoying. So we don't probably want to have that happen. We're going to go like this. Really nice. Really nice. Very happy to have that contract. Let me make sure that in terms of auto destinations, this got actually added, because I guess it's just a new requirement now. You can see that it actually did not get added. So we do need to make sure that in the destinations right here, we're going to add paper rolls, and we set Kochsfeld here as our target to make sure that we do actually start delivering this. Cool. So that's beautiful, I guess. We're going to go get things to 3 times speed. And, you know, the extra truck speed here certainly helps. Look at that. We're already delivering first bits and bobs. That's then all going out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are starting to deliver our paper rolls. Awesome. Good stuff. Now, what I'm really interested in, I have to say, is what our logistics costs are going to be for the month. It does seem, though, as though they are going to be quite similar. So we need to see. Different topic being just how bad is the logistics load here. It is really not that bad. So I'm really thinking we may end up maybe not scrapping the Zeppelins for now. But, you know, we could think of not using them for the time being. We would have them as a little backup option in case traffic does get too bad around here again when we start things up, or at a later point. But if you'll remember, the one reason we actually got Zeppelins was that we had a total traffic meltdown up here. It was absolutely terrible, honestly speaking. And, you know, now at this point, it's really calmed down a lot, firstly. And we've, in the last episode, seen just how crazy expensive Zeppelins are. I mean, they're really, really, really expensive. So we could save a lot of vehicle upkeep just by going from Zeppelins back to trucks. And you can see there's not like a huge queue here anymore or something. So we could at least go and give it a try. We don't have to go and get rid of the Zeppelin hangar. I don't really see a reason there either. I mean, yeah, maybe it's like a teeny tiny bit more upkeep, which is actually interesting to see. We've got dispatch costs 22.9. Well, that's kind of based on the Zeppelin's usage also. 26.25k, and the normal warehouse 3.75. Well, I mean, we do have the railroad stuff up there too. So out here, it's at 15k. So I mean, we do have some significant upkeep for it, but it's not going to be anywhere close to as expensive as the Zeppelin part, because, you know, that's fine. I think we're going to go try that out. I do think it makes sense. We're not seeming to save any vehicle upkeep with this PR event, unfortunately, which is A bit annoying, but, you know, at least the trucks are moving around faster. Maybe also part of what's helping us here with the traffic, just saying. So, one more reason to keep the Zeppelin hangar just in case. But what I do want to make sure is that whatever we're actually sending down to Warehouse 5, currently with the Zeppelin, we are going to go capacity 3. Oh. We may end up in a situation where we don't have enough capacity to use warehouse vehicles all across the board, but we will go and use... Ah, no, that's that. Don't mind me. I think that's not how many vehicles we can dispatch. It's more like how much stuff we can stuff into one Zeppelin or into one warehouse truck. So that's probably more the reason right there. And you know, the fact that we do have the truck part research where we get to move 3 crates at once instead of 2 just adds so much to that efficiency factor of those trucks. And it's just like, the Zeppelins are just so expensive. So we're going to swap over to this. Let's see how that works out for us. As I said, if it doesn't, we'll just swap back. If traffic just, you know, absolutely collapses, we will be swapping back. For the time being, it does not look all too terrible though. And I'm really interested to see now, month on month, maybe next month, just how much money we're saving from this, because I do feel it's going to be a lot. And look at this, we're already up to 10 million. I'm loving that. We're going to make things a lot faster here quickly, because I do really want to see, we've already saved like nearly 100 grand from just not doing Zeppelins. That is insane. Let's see just how far we can push that till the end of this month. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, those Zeppelins were expensive. We're literally like nearly at the end of the month. Oh wait, leather. We do want that one. We do want all the contracts. You can see up here, by the way, paper rolls are doing totally fine, so we're going to keep that one as is. But we do want all the contracts. We do want to make some money off of that. So those are usually quite good. You can see just 250% of the base price is the starting bid. So that's quite nice indeed. Pathing alert. Can I go back to Origin? Warehouse 2? What do you mean cannot go back to Origin? I don't think I get that one. Who cannot go back to Origin? Now it's gone. I don't even know. We did get the contract, so that's beautiful. We are delivering leather. And we are delivering leather to Thornstetten, which I've got no clue where Thornstetten is. It seems it's quite freaking far away. Banzenweiler and... oh my god, Thornstetten is far away. May have not been the smartest decision. I guess we're going to move that leather in individual trucks now, because we don't have a warehouse down there. We are rarely delivering to down there. So I think it doesn't make sense to get a truck going just for that. So we're going to go hit livestock, we're going to go hit leather, and we're just going to go straight to Thornstetten. That's maybe not the most profitable choice. At the end of the day, maybe we did not want that contract that much, but well, I mean, we got it for 230%, which is really not that terrible. Or did we get it for 240? I'm not even sure. We have it set up now in the warehouse. I do not remember just how much it was in terms of a percentage. Well, it's quite fine. So even if we do incur like quite the high cost, we should be good here. This is worrying though. Destination storage is full. Well, maybe it's not quite as worrying as I had thought. Why is the destination storage full though? Uh-oh. Why are the paper mills off, though? Why are 2 off? No, this one's on. I think I may have turned one off because we were not producing enough wood back when. Yeah, you can see, I mean... I'm a bit confused as to what is going on right here. We've got 47 units of wood. Where are we at with our lumberyard production? We're up to 6 units here. We're up to 6 units there. 6 units here. 6 units there. All of our lumberyards are now at max output. We've got an insane overhang of... I don't know why this one's not on, to be honest, now. We should be turning that one on, I think. I hope. Let's try it. Should fix that part, I suppose. Auctions 1, that's totally fine. PR event activated, also beautiful. We will continue like that. But honestly, I think the greatest revolution thus far this episode is our insane improvement in vehicle upkeep. We literally just saved like $150,000 a month by not using Zeppelins. Like, holy moly, those are expensive. I mean, we used that for like maybe 3 lines or something. And that was basically a little less than a quarter of our entire upkeep of this operation. Of all this here. Like 3 lines. It's insane, honestly. Super, super crazy. Very happy that we made that choice. The paper mills, by the way, seem to be chugging off very nicely, and hopefully that'll also now allow all these water siphons to deliver out their water again. If those overrun a bit, it's not terrible, but, you know, we don't want the crazy levels of inefficiency, most definitely, and we do want to have these paper mills running nicely. What I'm actually generally a bit confused about, though, is why they don't really have that much in terms of extra units for production purposes in there. You would think that the warehouse would pre-provision a little more in terms of goods, but it doesn't somehow. So I'm a bit confused, but you know, I'm just gonna let the auto warehouse do its thing and trust that it does deliver enough in time, hopefully. We have completed a contract successfully, which is beautiful. That's 185k right there, and we're also nearly there on the paper rolls. So now what we do is we do actually swap this over before we go ahead and deliver too much to warehouse 7. So this one right here is now going to go directly to Kochsfeld Town Center. And hopefully we don't over-deliver. We're going to keep Warehouse 7 set up as is. And, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully that's now fine. Where are you going? Whee! Okay. Did my big trucks just go directly to the town center, or are these small ones now? I guess these are 1 capacity trucks. But it's fine. You know, for the last ones, we'll just take the extra hits and vehicle upkeep. And we'll get the last few delivered like that, and that way we don't have any overhang here in that warehouse. And there we go. Contract successfully completed. We just bumped our month to like $4 million. Okay, $3 million in profit in 1 month. I would say that is quite good. We're at 15 mil in total balance, and it is steadily increasing. And really quickly as well, I have to say. I'm quite confused as to why we're down to 31 million in valuation compared to 44 for Waterworth. But what we can say here is that we are really racking up a lot of value. And I'm considering to just let things keep going like this. I feel like we will find a few more things in terms of optimization potential that we will work on in the next episode. And we'll just keep the time running in the meanwhile at a rather quick pace, rack up some money, and then I think our target is to honestly just go and take over Waterworth. Because I do want to start scooping up competitors, you know. I do want to have something to say, you know. I'm winning the game at the end of the day, and for me, first part of that is going to be trying to take over those competitors. Starting with Waterworth, then, you know, we will have a lot of space to expand, do new productions, sell new things out and everything else. And at some point, you know, we do have to take on Parts Corporation as well. So I think it's important, you know, to just start with this and hopefully just build up our business from this, and be very nice to actually start scooping up a competitor. But I do think it makes sense that we do accumulate the proper amounts of capital before. We probably do want to go up to like, well, a good 40-45 mil ourselves. So we're going to, as I said, keep time running quite quickly to go ahead and try that. And, well, then apart from that, once that is out of the way, we will have hopefully a little bit of overhead also in terms of loan capacity, especially since we're also slowly but surely paying this one here back. We just paid 1.5 mil since, you know, start of the episode, so that's nice. And, well, then we should hopefully very soon be good to go and try and take them over when we do also have the loan capacity to, like, in case the stock just starts getting too valuable. So I'm really, really loving that. We are, I think, going to do that. I hope you all like the plan and you're all looking forward to it. For today, I'm going to end it off right here. In the next episode, as I said, we're going to go get back to some improvements in efficiency, and we're just going to let the time run very quickly alongside, make ourselves a good bunch of money, and then hopefully, we will soon be able to try and take on Waterworth. So very much looking forward to that, but for today, I'm going to end this episode off right here. I hope you all very much enjoyed it. Of course, if you did, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm, and if you're new around here, and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way then, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.